everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Easy Recipes with Elliot and Southern with a Twist. Now, since March is my birthday, I'm going to be doing 19 recipes for 19 days because my birthday is on March 19th. So you'll be getting 19 recipes every day for 19 days. So our first recipe for the 19-day special is homemade cinnamon rolls. I know that everyone loves a good cinnamon roll. I know I do. And the best cinnamon rolls that you can get are from none other than the Cinnamon Roll Kings theirself, Cinnabon. I love to go to Great Lakes Crossing and get Cinnabons, but I'm going to try to get as close to their recipe and the richness of their cinnamon roll as I can. So you guys take a seat, put on your seatbelt, and let's go on this roller coaster ride together. Now the ingredients you will need for the homemade cinnamon rolls are 3 loaves of uncooked bread. You can get those from your local Walmart or Kroger. A pack of original cream cheese. You're going to need milk. It doesn't really matter what kind of milk you use. You probably won't use nutmeg. I think that I want to try some with it. Of course, you're going to need vanilla flavoring. You're going to need granulated sugar. You're going to need confectioner sugar. You're going to need a rolling pin. You're going to need brown sugar. You're going to need a whisk. You're going to need a spatula. And you're going to need butter. And most of all, you're going to need glass pan or whatever kind of pan you want to cook your cinnamon rolls in. I'm sprinkling flour on the countertop, spreading the flour out so that it can be easy to roll out the dough. Here's my bread. Here's my loaf. You want to make sure that your loaf is room temperature, and you want to coat your rolling pin with flour. As you can see, when I first started to roll out the dough, the rolling pin got stuck. So all I did was add more flour. You also want to apply pressure while rolling out the dough. So here we are. We're almost done rolling out the dough. Getting the last few kinks and making sure it's nice, thin, and even. This process was actually super fun. Here's my room temperature butter. I decided to use margarine, but you can use any kind of butter that you want. I also decided to be very generous with my butter. You can be as light with your butter as you want. Remember, these are your homemade cinnamon rolls. Here's my ground cinnamon. I chose to be heavy with my cinnamon. I wanted a very, very rich cinnamon flavor. Here's my granulated sugar. Now, I was generous with my sugar as well. I wanted to be very rich in flavor, but you can be as generous with your sugar as you'd like. I probably used maybe a half a cup or a little under a half a cup of sugar. It's very important that you spread your sugar out even. Here's my brown sugar. Now, I was kind of light with the brown sugar. I didn't feel like I needed as much. So I probably did maybe a tablespoon or a little bit under a tablespoon of brown sugar. Here's my nutmeg. This is absolutely optional. This is not a traditional spice that goes into cinnamon rolls. I just wanted to try it. Now let's get ready to roll up the dough. You want to be gentle with the dough. You don't want to be super rough. You don't want any tears in your dough. And as you are rolling it up, you kind of want to pull it as you fold it over so that it can be nice and tight and create a great cinnamon roll, but also so it doesn't unravel in the oven. Here's my knife. I didn't really measure how long I cut the rolls. It doesn't really matter. I think mine were about half of my finger. So it's all to your liking. Remember to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Here's my glass pan. I decided to use Parquet spray butter. You can use whatever kind of butter you want, and it doesn't have to be sprayed. I just decided to use it because I like Parquet. I was generous with how much I sprayed. Now, it doesn't really matter how you plate them in there. You just want them standing straight up, and they do not have to touch. Remember, when they bake, they are going to expand. Ready for the oven. So for your glaze, you will be needing butter, cream cheese, vanilla extract, salt, and powdered sugar. So first, I'm going to mix together the butter and the cream cheese. I put a whole cream cheese block in here, and I put in probably a half a cup of butter. Now, after I mixed in the cream cheese and butter, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, just a little pinch. And now I'm going to add in the vanilla extract. Now I'm adding in the powdered sugar. So now my glaze is all done and it is delicious. When you are done making it, your consistency should look just like this. The sweeter you want it, the more sugar you will add. And the thinner or soupier, or whatever you want to call it, you'll add a little bit of milk. My cinnamon rolls are all done. As you can see, they look beautiful and they smell great. Now I'm getting ready to glaze them, and then we are going to dig right in. So I set my little oven at 350 degrees. My cinnamon rolls were in there for about 30 minutes. I think the timing depends on how much you cook and how big they are. But as you can see, they're nice and golden brown and they smell wonderful. Alrighty guys, they are done. I have glazed them. They look wonderful. Now here's for the moment of truth. Now I had enough ingredients to make another batch, and I made them a little bit bigger, but here they are. Here are your homemade cinnamon rolls. Be sure to subscribe. God bless.